Oh, Joy, no. Oh, why? Why do you continue to open your mouth to say some of the most ridiculous things imaginable? It's getting so embarrassing for you at this point. Joy, please. Please just gag yourself for the next show, because you can't control what comes out of your mouth, and we have to continue to call it out because of how ridiculous it is. I don't know if that's just one of the requirements for being on The View, is that you have to have the IQ of a pogo stick, but that's what it's starting to feel like to me, because the co-hosts on The View continue to say some of the most ridiculous things imaginable, and Joy Behar is back to say, once again, with some very dumb opinions. This time she decides to go after Tucker Carlson. She really just owns Tucker Carlson in this video that we're gonna watch, guys. Let me tell you, she just totally roasts him and shows him who's the real boss around here, and it's Joy Behar. So let's go ahead and get into this. This is so bad, everyone. This is so bad. Okay, so Joy Behar can't stop talking about how almost irrelevant Tucker Carlson is, which that headline alone is extremely laughable. That is a very, very hilarious headline, because there's nothing that is further from the truth. But earlier we told you about The View co-host Sunny Hostin, who contended with a straight face, mind you, that the Republican Party has embraced extremism while the Democrat Party are moving more to the center, which is interesting because, you know, the Democratic Party, and I've continued to see this narrative from all sorts of people. Even Grace Randolph herself has decided to come out and say similar things about how the Republican Party is just full of extremists, but the Democrat Party is full of centrists and angels and everything else. And it's like, okay, well then what about, the extremists in your party that, continue to burn down businesses or plow over people with vehicles or any of that type of stuff, just run through entire crowds. But of course they're not going to make any mention of that. That's all just, those are minor details. Anyway, but that's Sunny Hostin. We're here to talk about Joy Behar. So this is what Joy Behar decides to say.
Let's give a little history about
Do please.
Okay, back in World War II period, there was a guy named Father Coughlin.
Oh, yes.
And he was an anti-Semite and a racist, and he was a priest from the Catholic Church. He had, in a country of 120...
The fact that Joy Behar is trying to give a history lesson is in itself just ridiculous and hilarious.
27 million, he was on the radio, 127 million people in this country. He had 30 to 40 million listeners. Mm-hmm. That's a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot.
Especially back
Tucker Carlson has, in a country of 326 million people, we have grown, he has 3 million listeners. So it's 30 to 40 million versus 3 million. He's almost irrelevant if you think about it. And I think maybe that's the way to go with him. Just ignore him.
Just ignore him as we continue to obsessively talk about him on The View. Just ignore him.
Time we talk about him. Every time the media gives him airtime, he gets bigger and...
Oh, man. He's almost irrelevant, and that's why he's a recurring hot topic on The View. Exactly. It's not Tucker Carlson's fans who have made him irrelevant. It's his obsessive detractors. They're the ones who can't stop talking about him, holding him responsible for all of society's problems. He lives on in their rent-free heads. So why do you keep talking about him? Exactly. And yet The View has even worse show numbers than Tucker Carlson has. So going back to this and stuff, looking at this, for context, during the week of May 2nd, Carlson's show, Tucker Carlson Tonight, was the second most watched cable news program, averaging 3.3 million viewers each night. For the year 2021, Carlson averaged 3.2 million viewers each night. During that same period in April, on the other hand, The View, the show that Joy Behar's on, had an average of 2.2 million viewers per day. So Tucker Carlson had like an extra million views over The View. Data indicates that The View has had similar numbers measured at other times over the past year as well. So anyway, to say that Tucker Carlson is irrelevant, what does that make you guys exactly? I want to hear from your own mouths. What does that make you guys? Does that make you even less relevant than Tucker Carlson? Because I would love to hear you guys fess up to that. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. What do you think about what Joy Behar is saying here? It's ridiculous. It's hilarious. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.